Ladies and gentlemen, good morning everyone. We have a couple of free seats here, so you don't need to stand. If you wish, can please come forward and take a seat. We're about to start. A little bit behind schedule, but it's part of our tradition these last couple of years. Just making sure that we have a full house for our official inauguration. Are we all ready to start? Yes? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and members of the real estate community, thank you very much for coming. My name is Maria Silveira, the head of communications of the International Real Estate Federation. Just wanted to say a quick hello to everyone watching us from the comfort of their homes or offices, because we're live streaming through our YouTube channel. On behalf of FIABCI, it is my great honor and privilege to welcome you all to our pavilion for the first day of MIPIM Cannes, the global real estate market event, and our longtime partner. In fact, FIABCI may very well be the oldest partner of MIPIM, as Mathieu Renaud mentioned during our gala dinner. So for those of you who are new to FIABCI, we are a business networking organization based in Paris, created in Paris in 1951. And we are an organization that serves professionals from all real estate sectors, architects, developers, investors, property managers, asset and property managers, as I mentioned before, brokers, and so on and so forth. We have a lot of professions, over 40 specializations represented through our organization. We are present in more than 83 countries with about 50 national or multinational chapters. And in addition to this, since 1971, we hold a roster status, and since 1996, a special consultative status at the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations, which we are very proud about. So it is my pleasure to see many familiar faces from FIABCI. In fact, we have over 115 delegates today from 30 different countries. That is a pretty remarkable number in presence this edition. Thank you so much for your support as always. And then speaking of support, I could not fail to extend my sincere gratitude to our global partners who have continuously supported and contributed to our mission, and you'll see them here behind me. Thank you very much for your active engagement throughout the years, but also I wanted to mention FIABCI's strategic partner, Harley & Dickinson, who is represented today by its managing director, Fulvio Ciotto, who will come on the stage later for our panel discussion, and of course their large delegation in presence as well. A shout out to our event partners, Foxworth Realty, represented here today by its owner, Eugenia Foxworth. Also, Principio Attivo, spearheaded by Luca Bigliardi, managing partner. And speaking of Principio Attivo, I wanted to extend a congratulations to Daniela Da Farra, one of the partners and also vice president of FIABCI Italia, who was just recognized as one of the most influential women leaders to watch in 2025 by the Victory magazine. So congratulations, Daniela. Very well-deserved honor that highlights your remarkable contributions and, of course, FIABCI, in a way. As tradition, and without further ado, I would like to call on stage our very own FIABCI World President, Ramon Riera Torroba, to say a few words. Thank you very much, Mr.
Good morning. Thank you very much for coming and also for your support. Dear distinguished guests, members and partners, it is a great pleasure to welcome you all to the official inauguration of the FIABCI Pavilion here at MIPIM Cannes 2025. This pavilion represents not only FIABCI's long-standing partnership with MIPIM, but also our shared commitment to shaping the future of real estate and urban development. This year, under the theme Building Future Ready Cities and Communities, we highlight one of the most pressing issues of our time. A city's growth expected to hold 70% of the world's population by 2050. They face big challenges, including energy use, carbon emissions, infrastructure demands, and social inequality. Although cities take up only 3% of the Earth's land, they produce 70% of global carbon emissions. This is a serious challenge and a clear call to action for all of us in the real estate sector. At FIABCI, we believe that real estate plays a key role in building sustainable, resilient, and inclusive cities. Through this pavilion, in collaboration with our strategic partner, Harley Davidson, thank you very much, among others, we aim to showcase innovative ideas, best practice, and forward-thinking solutions that will help shape urban environments ready for the challenge of tomorrow. Over the next few days, this space will serve as a platform for discussion, knowledge, exchange, and meaningful connections. We invite you to engage with industry leaders, experts, and visionaries from all over the world who are working towards a more sustainable and livable future. I encourage you all to take full advantage of this opportunity, participate in our conference sessions, and contribute to the dialogue that will inspire action and shape the cities of the future. Thank you for being here today and for your continued support. I look forward to an exciting and productive MIPIM 2025. The future of the industry depends on you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Riera, for your kind words. I would just like to take a moment to recognize a few of our distinguished guests who just joined us. Mr. Sharof Rakhmanov, Deputy Mayor of Tashkent, welcome, as well as Rusman Qadirov, Deputy Chair of Strategic Development. Thank you very much for joining us. And please keep 2 free seats in front if you wish to take a seat. So up next, it is my pleasure to welcome another special guest, Nare Karaklian, our Secretary General, who will deliver a few remarks about our FCP designation, as well as the Oxford Future Real Estate Program diploma certification that took place last Friday. So please, Mr. Karaklian, join me on stage.
Thank you very much, Maya. Good morning still, everyone. I'm very delighted to see so many familiar faces here at MIPIM and also new faces. Thank you for joining us. I'm just going to keep you updated about one of our strategic programs, the FIABCI Certified Global Real Estate Designation Program, which is a 4-module program starting with the Module 1, co-branded certificate with Oxford University and in partnership with FIABCI, our strategic partner from Saudi Arabia. And the first module, I would like just to inform you that we started last October, and we had 43 participants from FIABCI, from around the world, from Taiwan, US, Nigeria, and around the world. And we are very delighted to see that all our participants, only 100% of them, met their expectations or even surpassed the expectations. So it's a very positive result, but also for FIABCI. And another positive thing that Oxford shared with us, very important, is the Net Promoter Score, which means that 86% of those who participated in this program recommended their peers to participate, to join this certification program in the future, which we would like also to announce today for you. as we are going to open the call to which will start in October 2nd, if I'm not mistaken, this year. You can see some of the participant testimonials, and in the meantime, I would like to let you know that last Friday we were at Oxford for an exclusive certificate presentation ceremony that they organized for us, and I'd like to thank Abdullah Al-Harbi, the CEO of FIABCI, and of course Lily Chang, the Vice President of FIABCI, for sponsoring this event, where we had also a panel discussion with Julian Joseph, our past world president, Professor Andrew Baum, and many other colleagues from FIABCI. The certificates were presented to those who completed. 90% of the participants completed the certificate 1, and they are participating now in the module 2, module 3, in partnership with Harvey Dickinson for study cases, and Julian Joseph is running another study case for them. There will be the module 3 for Code of Ethics and Standards with International Ethics Standard and Ethics and Standards Coalition. And the 4th module will be the participation in 2 major FIABCI events within 2 years. This being said, unfortunately we had a few, you can see the faces of those who completed the program this year, and some of them were not present in person, and they are here today, especially our President-elect Antonio Campagnoli. So I'll ask Ramon to come on the stage. And Maria, if you can help us to present the certificate to Antonio. You can open it, just make sure that this is name on the... Thank you, Antonio, for participating. Thank you, everyone, for participating. And on this note, we would like to invite all our members, all our partners. This is a program also for the members of our associate members, and to register. The registration will be open during MIPIM on FIABCI app. Feel free to register to be part of this program. As I said, it will start on 2nd of October, and we are delighted to offer this special education program to all of our members of the FIABCI community. Thank you so much, and thank you, President Walker. Thank you. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you very much, Narek. So up next, and without further ado, it's my pleasure now to announce our strategic partner, Harley & Dickinson representatives, who will kick off our conference program with the panel discussion Building Better Futures Through Decarbonization and Social Impact. Fulvio Sciotto, Managing Director, please come on stage. And Rubens Bernascone, Sustainability Strategist and Business Developer. There's a bit of a mistake here. Roberto will not participate in the panel anymore, but thank you, gentlemen. And without further ado, let the 2025 MIPIM conference program officially begin. Thank you very much.
Thank you to everybody to be here today. Bienvenue, tout le monde. Buen día, gracias por estar aquí. Ευχαριστώ σε όλους. In Greek, I don't know, it's been weird. Thank you, I'm very glad to be here today. I'm the last newcomer in HD. Harley Dickinson, I have been appointed Managing Director of HD International. HD International is the branch of Harley Dickinson with the goal to develop in abroad our expertise, our activities, and our experience. Okay. I speak. Maybe the problem is here. Okay, now it's okay. Perfect. Okay. I don't know if somebody knows Harley Dickinson. We are on FinTech. FinTech is financial and technical company with 20 years of experience in building renovation and energy efficiency. We have an innovative method, innovative process to face up all our challenges. We are cutting edge services. Cutting edge service is a very strong word, but it's right to describe our activity. And also our, let me say, killer application is our knowledge in the digital platform. Last but not least, of course, our strength point is our network in real estate supply chain, industrial companies, banking, financial, and association work. Just to understand who is our partner in this institution, we have a lot of associations, Italian association and international association, industrial partner. The most important is Plenitude is the branch power and gas and energy services of the ENI. ENI is the best company in Italy. And for the finance insurance, we have the most important brand in. Our peculiarity is to promote innovative finance and guarantee model for development and of the entire property redevelopment supply chain. We have one attitude, one approach different to the other companies because I like a lot the disclaimer. We believe in doing business with purpose. We are not just focused in the business of as usual, but also we are focused a lot also in social integration, combating loneliness, and creating tangible positive impact for individual and community. So we are very sensitive in the social aspect, not in business as usual for us is the, let me say, the easier activity. But we are very, very focused around all that is close to our building, our borough, our cities. This is very important for us. Our social attitude is very important. At glance, our number. Of course, we developed a lot of our activity in Italy, and the most important thing I think is that we manage more than 80,000 renovation and energy efficiency property or project, managing 6 billion euros and 1 million family impact making our works. This is a very important achievement for us, and we want to reply and to export this experience, this activity in the rest of the world. This is the most important goal for us in the next years. I finish and I give the floor to Ruben Nascioni to explain us, in fact, our activities. Thank you.
Hello, good morning to everyone. Can you hear me properly? Good, great. So I'm the sustainability manager at HMD, and today my focus is to explain to you how we transform our mission into the business. So Cento Piazze is where we put our efforts in the past years to generate the social impact and focusing on the S of the ESG pillars. So we started from the problem. Especially in Europe, we are noticing a changing of the society. For example, we have rising the loneliness. The families are made by maybe two. They have only one child. we have also a shifting in consumption and work models. For example, the remote work, smart working, the declining of local businesses, especially in the rural areas, and of course the decline in the public spaces. Our cities are not made for people today. We can see maybe parkings, or we can see dog fields in the city centers of the cities, and there are no spaces for people where to share, communicate, and dialogue. So the part of the solution is the project we call 100 Piazze. Piazze means square in Italian. So we're starting from, of course, the building, reducing the building energy consumption, so the environmental aspect of the ESG. We improve the quality of life in the neighborhood. We revitalize the squares and the public spaces for the people, and we engage communities, families, and public institutions as we are talking about public spaces. So this is mainly the model and how it works. We start from a square, a piazza, and where around we have many buildings. So we identify which buildings have to be renovated, have to be improved on an energy level, and from the renovation of those buildings, we can save a little part of the money invested to renovate also the public space and the square. We want to rethink in the building renovation, focusing beyond the structure and towards the communities. How does it work, this model? Of course, we engage all the supply chain because we want to create a positive economical impact in the area. We have to engage public institutions because the plan we are going to design, they have to be common. Industry and companies and suppliers, they are part of the project because, as I said before, the supply chain is mandatory to have a great project and the supervision of all the steps of the building renovation. Without money, we cannot do this kind of things. So we are trying to engage banks, funds, big corporates, any subject that is interested to be part of this kind of project. Community is not the last, but is the first, because what we do is creating a space, creating a neighborhood for them, for the community, for us, I would say. What we notice is that we can generate value, of course, for people, buildings, but especially for the investor and the value of the asset in the neighborhood. Everyone wants to live in a place where we have local activities, we can easily walk into the street, we can stop and chat with the neighbors. This, we believe, is the concept of quality of life today. If the people wants to move into this kind of neighborhoods, of course the value of the apartments, of the building is higher than another abandoned area or where we don't have this kind of social relationships. If we are talking about ESG, we are talking about data. So we started from the main pillars of the ESG principles, environmental, social, economic, and governance, and we measure every step of the process to prove to every stakeholder the quality of the project. Every area in the world is different, so we start with a qualitative analysis. The needs of Saudi Arabia are different than the needs of Italy, Turkey, whatever. So starting from understanding where we have to develop the project, we identify the main social aspects that have to be improved. Engaging the community is the second aspect. So, for example, I'm talking about Europe. We have more and more old people. They probably need more services in the next years. So we are focusing on that part of the society. Everybody knows the ESG. Just to say something about the environmental main impact is the CO2 emission reduction. Because if we go to renovate the building, we improve its energy efficiency, we have a consistent reduction of CO2 emission in the area. On a social level, we believe that social participation, community engagement is increasing the sharing of the spaces and the social interaction. It says that we trust someone when we know someone. This is the kind of approach we want to develop in the area. On an economical and governance level, of course, the generation of a local economic impact is the biggest impact. This is just a few examples on how we calculate the impact of a building. We do it through our platforms. Our platforms are made to supervise all the processes of the project. We can account the CO2 emissions, the energy savings, and not only at the beginning during the design phase, but also during the running of the building. So we monitor every phase and every let's say, day of living in the building to also transfer the culture to people on how to behave inside the building. Reporting is one of the most important aspects if we want to prove the quality of something. So, as I said, ESG is data, and we collect, analyze, and give back to all the stakeholders and investors the data with our platforms. The goal is to have a tool that can effectively communicate with the parts, the transparency and the goal of the project. There is another piece that we added from the past year, following the activities we presented in the previous year, and is the methodology for the generation of carbon credits. Carbon credits, it's a tool to promote sustainable projects in the way to scale up, for example, building renovation or any kind of sustainable project. So we develop a methodology that is proving that every step of the building renovation can bring us to generate a credit that can be transferred in real money. We can sell the credit and having a better return on the investment. How is possible to generate carbon credits? Of course, qualitative analysis, strategic improvements is the energy efficiency improvement of the building. Impact measurement, if you don't measure, you cannot say you are improving. ESG report, because you have to reporting on a proper way, for example, as the banks are used to evaluate the projects. If you follow this three, you can generate carbon credits. This is not something we develop by ourselves. We engage the Politecnico of Milano. It's a technical university, very famous all over the world. We did it with RINA, is a third-party verificator, in the way someone else is approving our methodology and is certifying that the credits generated are real and especially with an high quality. This is the process we discussed about it. I just want to enter a concept of the quality of the carbon credits. And I'm going back to the social impacts generated by the project. So a carbon credit is 1 ton of CO2 reduced or avoided in the environment. How can we differentiate a quality credit with a no quality credit? With the social impacts. So if we can generate an environmental saving, energy savings from the building, and we can add a strong social impact and measurable, you can say you have a series of co-benefit with a high social impact. From the high social impacts is depending the price, the value of the carbon credit. That means that higher is the social return of the investment, higher is the return of the investment. What can we provide to all the supply chain and all the guests we have in the room? We start from the methodology and that can be used to develop the project, to understand what we have to follow in the way to reach the goals we share. We developed a series of social indicators based on the local needs. We apply the use of our platforms to monitoring all the phases of the project and the processes, and of course the reporting of the data collected. We believe that if we can really share this kind of approach to the building renovation, we can have a very high impact not only on environmental aspect, but especially maybe what we really need today on a social aspect for the communities, the family, the people, and for us. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, Rubens. Just a couple of words. I have to introduce Roberto. Before to introduce Roberto Brambilla, this is the 30 years that we are between the main sponsor of FIABCI. I think that our partnership is a strategic partner for us, mostly if we want to develop our business abroad and out of the edge of Italy, and it's a very, very huge opportunity to know new partner and new opportunity for us. FIABCI is a very important partner for us, and we hope to keep this very important partnership in the next years. Thank you for everything, and I give the floor to Dr. Brambilla.
Hello everybody, happy to see you. I'm here to announce that Harley Dickinson and 2000 World Smart Cities Association is signing an agreement, a memorandum of understanding about a global partnership in order to bundleize the offering of Smart Cities Association about the smart cities and the offering about the green building typically of Harley Dickinson. I think this is a big opportunity to cooperation, to increase the capacity of services on these topics, and most of all to give value to our partnership together with FIABCI. So, please, Fulvio, to sign the agreement, Thomas and Andreas. Thank you so much. And also Rusmin, our Indonesian partner, because this partnership will be focused immediately on Indonesia. Thomas.
Great. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, gentlemen, and congratulations on this new partnership. Now, before I extend an invitation for our networking cocktail reception that will take place in the back, I just wanted to give a couple of announcements. While we do not have more conferences happening at our conference area here today, I would kindly invite you to join the Invest in Tashkent, Uzbekistan, a forum at Audi K at 2 p.m., right before MIPIM's opening keynote with Dr. Mario Draghi, former Prime Minister of Italy. That will happen at 3 p.m. At the Grand Auditorium Palais 1. And also, please do not miss the opening reception happening later this evening at 7 p.m. at the Croisette and Riviera 7. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to join us in the back for a networking concert reception powered by our partner Harley and Dickinson. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you around very soon.